If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering the same as me. Are we seeing a crypto crash? Now, I don't think we are. But as you can see, of course, a lot of coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoins have recently not been very fun to own. Now, I think the reason for that is, of course, the US government shutdown. The reason for that is people don't get their salaries. And of course, we see a huge part of retail investors owning crypto compared to governments and institutions, which is why I think people have been forced to sell their cryptos to be able to afford their day to day, which is why I think we're going to see huge upward strides in Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and Dogecoin very soon. Alright, now as you can see, this red line right here, that depicts the entire time that there has been a US government shutdown. As you can see, it has actually been falling almost the entire time. Now we did of course see a spike outwards, but of course people still had gotten paid, of course, right around here, which might still make sense that it was pathing upwards. But ever since then, when it actually became a proper US shutdown, as you can see, it absolutely fell. And as you can see also, as we get closer and closer to the month end, we see more and more sell-off, and at the end of the month here, as you can see, a huge sell-off because of course people have bills to pay, rent to pay, and they gotta get food, of course. Of course, it has not been trending upwards. And if we look at the technicals, as you can see, it is actually a sell currently. And if we look at the seasons for the past few years, as you can see, of course, for the year we're actually down in Bitcoin, which is quite interesting because we haven't been that. If I make, let's see, look right here, the past 10 years, if I make an average, as you can see, its average is up about 7%. Overall, as you can see, it is generally up relatively a lot. So of course it is down, which is quite unusual, and I do think it's because of the US government shutdown. Now, Ethereum, the exact same story, as you can see, just pathing upwards just in the start of the US government shutdown, and of course pathing downwards and downwards and downwards. And again, as you can see in the end of the month, of course here in October, it absolutely just tanked because of course again people have to pay rent and such. Now again, if you look at the seasonals, as you can see, again it is negative for the year, but the past years, as you can see, 2023 and 24 have been absolutely amazing. And if you look at the average as well, I mean, just look at this, it is quite a lot above where we're sitting currently. And also, as you can see in the technicals, it is still a sell. So of course, currently every single of these huge pairs are in a downwards trend. So of course, right now could be a huge opportunity to buy up. As you can see, we're currently only sitting at 3,000 in Ethereum. Now, of course, it is the exact same story again with Solana, as you can see again, pathing upwards and then pathing downwards, and then again at the end of the month, passing downwards. And of course, something interesting about Solana is, of course, it is hugely owned by retail investors compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin. So this is primarily more bought by retail investors, which is why I think this is going to rise faster than Ethereum and Bitcoin. I do think Dogecoin might even rise a bit faster, but I'm going to get into that later. Now, if you look at seasonals as well, as you can see here, as you can see, it is also negative for the year by 32%. But then again, if we look at technicals again, as you can see, it is still a strong sell. So once again, it is in a downward trending position. Now, as you can see, the Dogecoin that is practically the one who has been falling the least. As you can see, once again, we have the exact same pattern. It rises at the end, of course, at the start of the month because, of course, people had gotten paid, and then it tanked quite quickly. This was actually quite interesting. We had a flash crash on Dogecoin, and then again, it actually has a much more normal trajectory of pathing downwards, and I do think that is because Dogecoin is, of course, a lot more speculative than others. As you can see, it is also in a strong sell in the technicals. If you look at the seasons as well, as you can see, it's down by 52, almost 53% this year alone. Of course, but then again, maybe this is going to rise faster when people are getting paid, of course, because at the end of November, the people are going to get back paid for 2 months. So my personal favorites for the end of the month in a huge rise is going to be Dogecoin and Solana. So, should you buy crypto right now? I think right now it is the cheapest. I do think, definitely think you should buy some, especially something like Bitcoin as well. I mean, just look at this. It has a downward trend, but overall, I mean, if we make the graph a bit bigger, as you can see right here, I mean, look at this. It fell down, and we've actually breaking through some other previous peaks. If we're continuing downwards, we have to go all the way down here to 81,000, and I really doubt that's gonna happen. Of course, then we would be about 45,000 down from the peak, and I really doubt that is gonna happen. So I do think now is a great time to buy up in crypto. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Of course, if you want to see more videos like this, please leave some videos you want to make in the comments section below. I always make sure to check those out. Thanks for watching.